Kaboom! On the Atari 2600, released in 1981 by Activision, and played with the paddle controller. Now, being an arcade-style Atari game, it's a relatively simple concept. You're a trio of buckets, and your job is to catch all the bombs that are falling on you. They're being dropped by that guy up top with the frowny face. His name's the Mad Bomber. Looks more like a sad bomber to me, but yeah, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and cut to the chase here. This is probably one of the best games you could ever play on the 2600. It's just really fun. I know, right? But that's because it combines so many gameplay elements so well. It's fast-paced, it's immersive as hell. I mean, just look, the game goes faster and faster every round, and you're gonna need a lot of focus for that. But because you have the paddle controller, you can actually translate that focus into very accurate controls. Try having this degree of accuracy with a joystick or D-pad. The analog knob on the paddle controller really makes this 35-year-old game feel just as playable as day one. So, the game starts out slow and obviously gets fast very quickly. Sometimes the Mad Bomber spaces the bombs out far apart, sometimes they're close together. Now, personally I prefer them close by. Of course I lose a round when he spaces them close, but that's Kaboom, and practice makes perfect. So you lose a bucket if you drop the ball, or bomb, but you gain a bucket back every 1,000 points. Unfortunately, you can't have more than 3 buckets at a time, so you can't be too careless. Easy to get rattled though, especially when things pick up. You lose 1 bucket and things tend to go downhill. I thought you were supposed to be the Mad Bomber. Liar! I guess now's as good a time as any to talk strategy. So obviously you start off with 3 buckets. Ideally, you're going to want to catch a bomb with the top bucket, but again, you've got 3 buckets, so there's a little leeway, a little room for error. So if you don't catch the bomb with the top bucket, you can still sideswipe it and catch it with the second or even the third one. And as previously mentioned, the game gets faster every round. Now if you drop a bomb and lose a bucket, the next round that starts is actually just a little bit slower, so I've actually heard of people employing a strategy where right before they get to 1,000 points, they'll actually let the bomb drop intentionally. Then, the next round will start slower, they'll get their extra bucket back, and they can just have a little extra breathing room. I haven't tried that because I have enough trouble looking up at the score as is. In between rounds it's fine because you press the button to initiate the next round, so you can wait as long as you like. But even glancing away from those bombs for a split second, that's gonna spell disaster for me, and probably a lot of other people too. Then again, maybe I just suck at this game. Still fun though. Oh, I can't even get to 3,000 points. You know, I read on the internet, so it must be true, that if you got 3,000 points back in the day and let Activision know, they'd mail you a Kaboom Bucket Brigade patch. I actually had to look it up to make sure it's real, and yeah, it is. Maybe if I actually get 3,000 points in this game, I'll go on eBay and order one or something. You know, just for kicks. As was the case with most Atari games, Kaboom has difficulty settings. So flip a switch on your Atari, and you've got smaller buckets. Oh joy. This is where the side-swiping technique really comes in handy. In fact, you'll probably be using it almost exclusively when things pick up. Don't be deceived by the big pixels in this game, though. The hit detection in Kaboom is, for better or worse, very accurate. Do you have an Atari 2600? Then you should probably get Kaboom. I don't think I need to list all the good reasons to play it, but if you need a few, it's affordable, it's fun, and it's great alone or with friends. It's actually got a 2-player mode where you can alternate. Either way. And if you don't have a 2600, well, I'm sorry. But maybe you should look into getting one, because Kaboom and a set of paddle controllers, well, you can't go wrong. Douche.